I've now had the privilege to witness man-made horrors beyond my comprehension in the year of our Lord 2025. Back in 2021, Chris Pelkey unfortunately lost his life due to a road rage incident where a man unfortunately shot him. Now, fast forward to now when they're having the whole court hearing and everything, they are currently sentencing the man who shot Chris. Now, you might be asking why I'm even talking about this and what man-made horrors would possibly even come out of a court case like this. Chris was actually able to speak at the sentencing of his own killer. Now, your first thought is probably they had a pre-recorded video, maybe of Chris in the hospital talking to his killer, anything like that. Maybe Chris recorded a final moments video before he died. No, they used AI to bring Chris back.
Hello. Just to be clear for everyone seeing this, I am a version of Chris Pelkey recreated through AI that uses my picture and my voice profile.
ChatGPT was able to use alchemy to bring someone back from the dead. And we all know how well that went for Edward. Yeah, this is possibly one of the most fucked up things I've ever seen in my entire life. Now, granted, this is his family doing this. This wasn't the police or, the court or anything, but it's still fucking weird. It's so uncanny and just gross. Using AI to bring back your dead family member, I'm gonna say is probably the worst thing you could ever possibly do. They don't need to come back like this, especially with shitty AI. Now, again, you might be asking where the hell they got the words that Chris was even saying. Well, they were written by someone else, obviously, and that someone else was his family.
Said, I have to let him speak. And I wrote what he would have said. I said, all right, that's pretty good. Trying to mash it all together and make a Frankenstein of love.
I'm not the smartest guy in the universe to make YouTube commentary for a hobby, but possibly was there a conflict of interest in creating this entire thing? I don't know, just throwing that out there. Obviously from the video, you can see that Chris isn't saying anything crazy. He does forgive his killer and everything.
The man who shot me. I believe in forgiveness and in God who forgives. I always have.
But again, that was his family saying that. So hypothetically, for all we know, Chris is looking down at us. I was going to say Chris is looking up. That's fucking terrible. Chris is looking down at the courtroom saying, what the fuck are you guys doing? I hate that man. That man is terrible. I don't know all the situations of the case. Maybe this guy deserved more time than he actually got. But the courts decided the amount of time they gave him. And that amount of time was 9.5 years. The courts decided they were going to give Chris's killer 9.5 years. That was with all the witness statements, the jury, everyone's side, all the lawyers and everything. 9.5 years was a reasonable sentencing for Chris's killer. Now, out of nowhere, Chris's sister decides to roll in a video of Chris, and it's the AI video that she wrote. And apparently this was a surprise for the entire family. The only people who knew about the video were Chris's sister and her husband and her husband's friend.
Also moved was Chris's big brother John, who, along with the rest of the family, Stacey chose not to tell about the AI video in order to get their genuine reaction.
You were doing a weekend at Barney's with your brother's dead corpse without telling any of the family?
So it's weekend at Bernie's. I'm sorry, I'm such a fucking idiot.
I mean, Chris even has a brother, and the way that he's talking about seeing his brother, who's been dead for 4 years, talk again in court. His brother genuinely looks like he's seen a ghost. Like, it's actually fucking insane.
There's something about seeing Chris and the man that I knew and the belief that I thought in my head that Chris would have forgiven this guy.
The judge said it was so moving and so heartwarming that he actually ended up increasing the guy's sentence another year. So he went from 9.5 years to 10.5 years.
That message, one that moved Judge Todd Lang.
I love that AI. Thank you for that. I feel that was genuine, that his obvious forgiveness of Mr. Horcasitas reflects the character I heard about today.
Again, I don't know everything about the case, so maybe this guy deserved 30 years. I don't know. But the court looked at everything and said 9.5 years. Then you pull in this weird ass video of just putting words in your dead brother's mouth, and then that leads to a man getting another year added onto his sentence. What precedent does this set for AI evidence in courtrooms, like at all? Let's say you're in a self-defense situation, right? And you're ordering food at the front counter, and the cashier asks you to speak up, so you have anxiety, so that's the worst possible thing they could ever ask you. So obviously, to stand your ground or defend yourself, you unload your entire clip in them, right? The judge decides you get an hour of community service as punishment, and they reel in a video of that employee saying they forgive you. And the judge turns your hour of community service into 33 years. As much as I'm joking, like, what if a traffic ticket turns into 3 years in jail for whatever fucking reason? Why the fuck does an AI video have any standing in any courtroom at all? Now, this has been tried before, luckily not with a dead person like this, terribly, but with a person trying to defend themselves with an AI video version of themselves in New York.
May it please the court. I come here today a humble pro se before a panel of 5 distinguished justices.
Is this, hold on. Is that counsel for the case?
I generated that.
I'm sorry?
I generated that? That is not a real person.
They told him to get the fuck out because that is just ridiculous. You can't use AI to defend yourself in court.
I don't appreciate being misled. Shut that off. If you want to have oral argument time, you may stand up and give it to me.
But what's the difference with this? Why was this even allowed? This isn't a witness statement. This isn't a statement from the family. This is supposedly Chris's statement. There's an episode of Nathan For You where in order to try and console children after their animals pass away, he records a video of them and does a little voiceover explaining where they went and why they had to leave.
Oh, it's me, Maddie. I'm in heaven now. So sorry I died. I miss you so much. I'm happy here, so I'm not coming home.
Obviously, this frightens the children.
Why doesn't talk like that?
No,
she doesn't.
Goodbye.
It's okay.
He hated his dog's voice.
Again, like I said, you can see Chris's brother talk about the video, and he's looks so distraught because you're not supposed to see your dead family member talking again. Open casket funerals are already kind of fucking weird in my opinion. Seeing someone like that, you know, laid, that used to be alive, now sitting there, is already, it's just weird. Bringing them back at the funeral and have them talk to everyone at the funeral that'd be disgusting because they never said these words. Now, hypothetically, if Chris was able to write something to the courts before he died and they turned that into an AI video, maybe that would be okay. But he had no say in this at all. And you sat there for, again, his sister says that this is what she thinks he would have said. I guarantee no one would be able to communicate perfectly, in my own words, how I would feel towards the guy who killed me standing in front of me. You just can't. And another thing too is like, they had to pay for this. AI video making isn't free. You have to pay for ChatGPT, for Sora, and any other video creating. So they had to pay money for this. Imagine a service where you're able to bring someone back from the dead, but you have to pay for it. It's literally an episode in the newest Black Mirror season.
She may never regain consciousness. So basically we make a backup of part of her brain onto our computer. And then for the streaming, we run a subscription model, so it's $300 a month. I'm so happy to see you.
I don't know. It's just, it bothers the fuck out of me. Like it really does. Courts have been asking to be able to use AI to run through evidence to even make cases go by faster. Like, I don't know if you've tried talking to ChatGPT or have it read anything. Last time I asked it to write 1,500 words, it wrote 1,000 and then wrote 900 and then wrote 1,200. It doesn't know what the fuck it's doing. And the fact that people want to use that technology to sentence people possibly the rest of their lives in prison, and it's all weighing on the fact that the AI actually read any of the information and didn't start hallucinating shit randomly, is ridiculous. I don't like it. I really don't like it. His sister should be ashamed of herself because this is just gross. Apparently also this was because her husband and his friend have been working with AI.
Stacy turned to her husband Tim and their friend Scott Yenser, who together have been working with artificial intelligence technology for years.
What does that mean? Are you guys building large language models? Are you guys building AI? Because working with AI kind of sounds like someone who's just been using AI to make porn for the past 3 years and is like, oh, I actually know how you can make a picture move like that. Now again, luckily in this situation, the video was positive. It was Chris forgiving his killer. But what if it was the opposite? What if his sister put in her own words and what she wanted to tell the killer using him? Is that admissible in court? Would the judge be able to use that in his sentencing decision? Because if he did, homicide cases are going to be fucking manslaughter cases, homicide cases are going to be insane. Again, I don't know why this wasn't immediately thrown out, and I really hope that she doesn't think this. I mean, clearly she thought this was a great idea.
Trying to mash it all together and make a Frankenstein of love.
I don't know why. It's so just, it seems disingenuous, honestly. I don't know. It's weird. This has been on my mind all weekend. Just wanted to talk about it. Please don't do this to me. If you find out I die, please don't reel me in court on some monitor. Remember to like and subscribe, or I'll use an AI video of you to do something. I don't know.